Hi again. I just watched the movie The 13th. I had a lot of people write to me or talk to me or tell me that I needed to see this film or that they had been tremendously moved by what they had seen or found it very profound. And I was reticent to watch because I already knew what it was going to be about. I have seen that movie. I've read that book, read those books. In fact, many of those people are people whose books I have read. And, I thought that was very poignant in certain ways too, because it reminded me that in truth, people of color already know this story. We do. We're on many fronts, literally, academically, students of our own oppression. We have, we're telling these stories constantly. And so it's sort of like, you know, it's not a grand epiphany to realize racism exists, especially when you're talking to the person of color in America. I think what's hard for me is, what was making me really look into was the other thoughts I've been having lately, which is around this upcoming election, because I want systemic change, right? And certainly there's lots of different spheres we need to be doing that through, but the political sphere is one of those, and it's a major arm. And that movie, The 13th, certainly reaffirms exactly how important it is to not only represent but provide the access into those spheres, because that's where the influence is. That's how you put the people in the prisons. That's how you brutalize them via your police. All of the things. And here we are again in an election with, I just started to think about the history of America. Let's look at the leaders. What are they like? What do they look like? What are their ethics? What are their biases? There's white male, and then there's another white male, 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 white male. I could go on. We're going to go up until number 44 where we have black male, and then we go back to white male. In fact, I would contend the very worst of whatever could be or constitute the greatest supremacy of whiteness and maleness. We're looking at it. And now I'm supposed to choose between that white male and this other white male. And a lot of people are going to have arguments about it, and I am not naive. Again, I'm the person of color in America, and I know how incremental and small change is. So, I already know I'm going to have to own a concession in a situation that truly, if we were working from a just and equal place, that would not be the person being offered up to me as a citizen of the United States to represent the interests of the people of the United States. But here we are, and I know I have to accept that portion of this at this moment in time because, I can't remember where I saw somebody say this, but it's like choosing between being shot in the heart or being shot in the leg. And I guess I'm taking the leg, I at least, and I don't think I'm off base here in asking this, but they could at least provide a modicum of some sort of concession for this side for once, for the people of color, for the women, for the gay, queer, non-binary, the representation. This is an opportunity for the representation of America, the entirety of America. And my expectation, Democratic Party right now, is that vice presidential candidate and the members of that cabinet that you are going to prop up and put in front of us as what we want to follow the guidance of, I better see people of color, women, that in fact, I think the most dynamic choice would be a woman and a person of color. And I know I'm so biased as a woman and a person of color, are I not? I want something that represents me. But let's go back to the history of the United States again. What is the leadership? White male, white male, white male. Shall I go on? White male. So not too much to ask right now. And to be honest, I kind of want to hold my vote hostage until I see that happen, because it's not too hard and because you can do it and you can make this choice, and that would be courageous and maybe get some, I'm not even going to use any sort of organ to describe, get the gumption and the courage to do something even minutely brave and dynamic And in the interest and of the representation of the American people, for once, just come on, for once.